TVT. It is Semper versus Siege Mode. I'm curious what Siege Mode does here versus Terran. We'll see
I'm
those
curious
shortly.
about why QSC2 is talking about fingering a jar of peanut butter.
Alright, though. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom left. It is our purple Terran TA Pro Siege Mode.
And in the top right spawn from Team Gravity, we have Semper. Semper!
So,
You guys have to hear like an audience tracker cheering for him because he's awesome.
I don't know if anybody else just heard this, but you went totally robot during that.
Oh, you went robot too. Maybe
Are we
maybe you want to
roboting?
slag
Oh
it
no.
out.
We're robots this game, guys. But both players so far opening up slightly similarly, except Siege Mode definitely went for the quicker gas there. But not too much crazy yet. We both went robotic,
Well,
according
apparently
to
we both went
JPEG.
robot. That's awesome. Oh, I would use Discord, but they refuse to sponsor us.
Skype, though, Skype is not the nicest to us either, I will admit.
Yeah, a thing that we have considered for the future is using Google Hangouts because it does have the capacity for video as well. And
Yeah, there are a few programs.
yeah, Caboose will handle all technical questions about the stream. We're just the pretty faces.
Semper does get an interesting scout. He sees that Siege Mode has not yet taken a second base. So that's going to tell him a little bit right now. In this factory, let's see Semper's vision really quick. Did he see the factory? Yes, he did. So he's getting a pretty good read on his opponent already.
Now that is also a very... Oh, yeah, Semper's got a really greedy expansion going there too. And I really approve of this. I don't think there's going to be anything that Siege Mode can really do to punish him for this. Now,
Yeah, we do have that quick starport.
with the Tech Lab.
So Banshee or Liberate? Yeah, it is going to be Banshee.
Oh, and that scan. He knows exactly what he's dealing with now. He sees that it's upgrading or researching. He knows what's coming. That is fantastic game sense.
The Banshee got canceled, actually. It is now... We do have a Liberator coming out, and the cloaking gets canceled as well. I think Siege Mode realized that scan was just... You know, it saw everything, and...
It was just,
Semper
okay, I'm not getting this easy win like this. He knows it's coming. I have to go into something more standard.
Yeah. But at this point, you know, Siege Mode, he's slightly behind on economy.
Okay, chat, you guys are getting a little bit unruly. There is absolutely no proof that Winter view bots. Okay, that's a bad joke too. Please harass Winter all you want. View botting is an absolute joke, and he's a joke of a streamer.
All right, though, we have got a cyclone out for Semper. This will shut down. This would have definitely shut down a Banshee, no problem. Definitely have some turrets in case of a Banshee, but the Liberator is actually what's going to be attacking now. The Liberator gets set up here. Is it going to get any kills, though? No, and it unsieges, tries to get, you know, a better position, also getting out of range of that cyclone. A Viking is also out, too, to help shut down any sort of air assault that is coming his way.
Man, this is quite the hold here, just having the Viking and the Cyclone out. Like, that's an absolutely perfect read.
Yeah, and
So
there was nothing that siege mode could have really done to harass there. He's getting, he's got quite a drop going on here. In fact, I'm wondering if this is almost a bit not exactly an all in, but it's very aggressive. It's combined with the Liberator, he's looking to get a lot of damage here.
this is actually scary. There's two siege tanks there. Oh, and they're going for the mineral line.
The Viking, though, it will, it could get that Liberator if siege mode is not careful, but Semper, he pulls away. He doesn't want to lose too much.
I was kind of expecting him to pick off that medevac. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. And, the siege tanks, they're getting some work done on these barracks, but you can tell siege mode wants to be really careful here. If he overextends, he basically loses the game. So he wants to make sure he does his damage, but does not lose too much in the process.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see Semper with these Vikings. What he's essentially doing is controlling completely the air part of this fight. And he is going to... Oh, that pickup right there on that siege tank. That was absolutely beautifully done by Semper.
Another siege...
Oh, and the medevac goes down.
Yeah, that medevac, that was a huge pick up there for Semper, and now the Liberator, it runs home. It realizes there's no hope in this attack.
This has officially diffused the attack here. And unfortunately behind this, Siege Mode, I really thought he would take a third behind this, just to try and put himself ahead on economy. But instead, he just sort of went full all-in. And I don't know if he did enough damage to sort of recover from this.
Yeah, we see that Siege Mode really does like his two-base play, but Semper, he just caught wind of it so fast. He was really able to defend and make things work in his advantage.
Yeah, and Semper has a similar tech. His tank numbers are very comparable, and he has his third CC already. And along with that, he does have the head start on the Viking count for the air dominance, and that is absolutely huge in the TVT matchup.
Yeah, this is, so far, this is looking pretty good for Semper. Do you think there's anything Siege Mode could really do to, tide this more over in his favor?
Well, Siege Mode can just continue trying to harass, but the Vikings are going to stop and kill the Liberator. At this point, I really think that Siege Mode has done the best thing he can, which is throwing down a third CC. And he needs his NG base. At this point, he needs to get his upgrades going. He has one bay, he doesn't have a second one, and
he is trying to attack again, but is going to lose another siege tank if he's not careful. Good pickup, though. It's preventing a lot of mining here for Semper, but in the meantime, Semper, he's got a Cyclone, and it did take off another medevac. So one siege tank will definitely fall there, and it does. SCV is getting back to work. Not too much was lost there for Semper when you compare the losses to Siege Mode.
Yeah, honestly, the 4 workers with Semper was down. It's not a big deal. He's got 3 CCs producing SCVs right now, and he's pulled ahead in army supply for the first time this game.
Yeah, and looks like both players, though, about to take their thirds at around the same time.
And Siege Mode did do a little stutter there with his floating command center to dodge the scan, so as far as Semper's concerned, he has not moved out with that yet. And it looks like Siege Mode is preparing to move out again. He's picked up 2 of his tanks, and he has a flock of Marines ready.
It looks like he is getting ready to go for another attack. However, Semper, he does have a sensor tower. He might see this before it hits, depending on the route that Siege Mode takes to get over there. Semper, though, he's got a pretty good-looking army himself. He's got 4 siege tanks. He's looking pretty good.
It's really fun to watch TVT when it gets into this medevac tank battles, and it's just a battle of seeing who can drop their siege tanks faster.
It's actually pretty fun to watch. I love seeing stuff like that. Semper, though, he's going to get just a little scout in here. with his Marine. Gonna see that, at this point, siege mode has expanded. Gets a little bit of a view of the army. And now both players just kind of macroing up while trying to get a better army than their opponents. Semper, he's scanning, he's seeing, how he compares to his opponent. At this point, they're both just...
fun part where they're both sort of massing up, they're both going for the tech, they both got their armories, they're both on 3 bases. Like, there's not a whole lot going on right here.
Yeah, at this point they're both, nobody wants to really overextend, because if you do, then you could lose the game if you're not careful. Looks like Semper, though, he is moving out a little bit. Is he gonna go attack? It looks like it. Sensor towers will see this coming. And you know what? I think actually the Marine's going to see it coming before anything else. The Marine did survive. Does see this moving out, even with that scan too. And so now siege mode knows that he could probably get good positioning on his opponent if he knows where he is. So Semper really has to be careful.
Now, Semper also did send out a cyclone and cleared out some of the Marines, but we're watching the top half of the map. So it does give them some dropping potential on that side.
Here we go. Both tanks kind of sieged up. Players just trying to get the best positioning they can here. They have to be so careful because a misstep could really change the tide of this. Army
this is almost bringing me back to the days of Bomber versus Innovation and those absolutely epic biotank battles.
Semper, oh, he does lose a tank there, and now siege mode pushes forward. Semper has to be really careful here. However, the siege tanks, they are ready, and they take out so much of that bio.
You have a stim up the ramp into the siege tanks. That's a very dangerous place to be in. Now,
Still,
the big difference we are seeing is Semper is also going for vehicle upgrades.
And that will make a difference here. When that is finished, that'll make a big difference. Looks like siege mode, he's still feeling pretty confident. He wants to make sure he gets good positioning on his opponent. And one thing about siege mode here is he is getting his 4th base. Behind this, Semper hasn't gotten it yet.
Well, he's got his 4th CC, he just hasn't moved it out yet.
Yeah, he just isn't mining from it at the moment. Looks like Semper will see, yeah, he will see that siege mode is waiting over here, does get a scan, kind of sees the army, sees what he's up against.
And 2-2 has finished for both of our players, but Semper does now have his 1 attack on his vehicles. Now, a little drop of Marines did go in, and they didn't really do a whole lot, but they caused some irritation.
And it looks like siege mode does try to move forward, but these tanks are well spread, so he needs to be careful what he moves into. Looks like siege mode again moving forward. He needs to be careful going through that little choke, though.
Oh, those tanks.
Semper tries to take out the tanks there, but he loses a lot. I think he's only got 1 tank left. That is huge here, and now we'll probably see siege mode move forward.
There's a very good chance that this game has just ended with that attack.
Yeah, siege mode, he sees opportunity, he goes forward. There is not much left here for Semper.
Just for the sheer volume of medevacs, there's 14 medevacs for siege mode. Semper had, was it 6 or 7? Oh, no, I was wrong, 9. It's just... that is a very good engagement by siege mode.
Yeah, Semper, he's got to do something, phenomenal very fast here, because siege mode, he's got the better army. He's got the stronger army at this point. Semper, though, he's moving on top of these
Oh
tanks.
my
He's taking out a
God.
lot of tanks there. That did work well for him.
That was a beautiful stim forward to pick off a few tanks. That's exactly what Semper needs to do to try and pull himself back into this game.
And now, you know, siege mode, it did push siege mode back a little bit. He had to kind of regroup. He doesn't want to get anything else really sniped off here. Oh, is this going to be more of a drop here from siege mode? It looks like it is. The question is,
there's a Doom drop.
Semper does see it. He is trying to get a good position on this. All these towers really mean that Semper will catch that fast. But again, siege mode really making sure that he does not lose anything else. You know, he was a little bit reckless and lost a few tanks there. You know, Semper had very good timing taking those out and buying himself some time. He wants to make sure that does not happen again.
So this is actually really interesting. Semper is 20 seconds out from getting his free, whereas siege mode is still an entire minute to go before his, and Semper's also working on his free for vehicle attack, and siege mode is just getting his first. So siege mode has spent the entire game ahead on army supply and bullying him through sheer masses, but now the trades are just going to become more and more cost efficient for Semper to take, and it's really going to turn around in his favor going forward. Siege mode had his advantage and he didn't push it, and now I'm expecting Semper to pull a full comeback.
Yeah, and if Semper attacks right now, this could do a lot for him, but he also would need very good positioning. He'd need to know where his opponent is and how to take advantage of that. Both players, though, scanning each other, seeing where the other is, seeing what their armies look like. And those vehicle weapons, not the +3 vehicle weapons, not done yet, but Semper is just totally destroying everything here, and GG!
Semper pulls out the win after an absolutely miraculous hold at his 4th base.
I think that the Marines, when they, you know, stimmed and took those tanks, that basically just turned everything around. It was just one little thing that Semper did to just completely work that into his favor. That was very, very well done.
Production, how much stream delay is there?
I don't think it's too much, you know, looking back here.
The stream's already out of the game.
Yeah, I don't actually think there's much. I don't think there's any stream delay, I'll be honest. Our players are deciding on their second map. That was pretty impressive. You know, Semper was behind, but he made just these little things work in his favor. However, siege mode really showed that he is quite good at, you know, TVT.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic game. In siege mode, I've got to give him a shout out. I didn't think he had that in him. Like I've always seen him do well, but never quite make it there. And he had that game, and unfortunately, he let it slip from his fingers.
Yeah. So in our other semifinal game, we do have Caleb Arakius versus Tesla. That is Caleb Arakius' quick scope there that we see on the brackets. And then the winner of that will face the winner of this series. We are in our semifinals. The winner tonight of this tournament will get 500 RSL points as well as $20. Second through 8th place also get RSL points. These will be used later for our rival tournaments, our RSL tournaments that will be in the future. And the points, the RSL points, will be used for seeding during that event. But our next map is going to be Prion Terraces.
I don't really have an opinion when Zerg's not playing on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, TVT, it's not like you can say, Oh, well, Terran clearly has the advantage with the gold bases because they're both Terran. You know, it's a
I
pretty
kind of
balanced map when it comes to a mirror match like this.
there was a map, and I'm trying to remember what it was called. And it's you had your main base, the natural, then you come down the ramp, and then immediately to the side there's a ramp up into a gold base,
Habitation? Habitation
possibly.
station?
And I just remember Terran players used to float their initial freaking CC
Yup.
over to it. I mean, it's like
I'm pretty.
spam marines from that bullshit, and it was horrible.
Yeah, I think that was Habitation Station. It burns in my mind for that one fact. Playing Terran on it was horrible.